Hey, Jolie, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
Great, great. So I'm really, really excited to speak with you about Head of the Class. I got a chance to see the first three episodes, and it just feels like it's a great show. It feels really contemporary, modern, cool. And
Same.
I wanted to know a little bit more about you. I wanted to know about your character, Michaela. What does it feel like to play this character? You know, she's a very, very quick-witted, driven, female-forward advocate wanting to make a difference in the world. How does it feel to play her?
Yeah, well, like you said, she's very passionate about wanting to make a difference in the world, but she struggles a bit with how to do that. And when you watch the show, you'll see some of the situations she gets herself into while trying to make the world a better place. And, I like to believe that like teens, like me, they're concerned with wanting to use their voice to make the world a better place, and that's really difficult. And so I think in that way, teens can relate to Michaela because she too is trying to find her voice as an activist.
Amazing, amazing. So this show just feels, as I said, very contemporary, very modern, very much of this time, and a really cool fit on HBO Max as well too, where all of my favorite shows are going. So how does that feel for you? How does it feel to be in a show like this, and how does it feel to be on HBO Max?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm thrilled to be part of the HBO Max family. I'm glad they invested in a family-friendly sitcom because, it's nice to have a show I can laugh to with my little cousins and my grandparents and everyone in between. Like you said, it's very contemporary. I think the original was also very contemporary for its time, but a lot has changed with the advent of social media and the internet. So I feel like some of the issues we tackle are timeless, but also some are more timely and deal with those same things. So, I'm really excited about working with such a diverse and young cast. And my hope for the show is that teens who watch it can see their faces reflected in the characters and be able to identify with what they're going through.
Yeah, I saw that. I really like that aspect as well too.
That's
So
great.
one of the things that really fascinates me about this show in general is that Bill Lawrence is producing it, and myself as well as many other people, huge fan of Ted Lasso, and Scrubs and Clone High and a lot of the other stuff that he's done, and that his wife Krista Miller is working on the show as
Yes.
the principal. So what's it like to work with Bill and with Krista?
Well, Krista is fabulous. Like you all are going to love Principal Maris in the show. It's such an iconic role. Like her delivery is so sharp and funny. Like she's a pro. And Bill, I mean, honestly, I mean it when I say it is a privilege to work with Bill. Like I respect him so much as a person, as a leader. He's so supportive of actors. Like he really encourages us to take ownership of our roles and to ask questions, and he really means it. And he created such an amazing creative team that shares that same philosophy with Amy Pocha, Seth Cohen, our writers, and Phil Lewis, our director. They really created such a fun, inclusive tone on set. And honestly, they're just really nice people. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, they've done some interesting things as well too. Like American Vandal, I thought was a really interesting show, and a lot of the other things too. So, I mean, that's got to reflect in the show. So I've got to ask you because in the first three episodes that I see, it's building a world, it's setting it up. It feels already like a comfortable place to be. But I'm very curious for you. What were some of maybe what was your favorite episode? What were your favorite scenes to shoot?
Well, there's always one scene that sticks out in my mind, and that is the coffee shop scene with everybody at the end of the pilot. Like, I don't want to
Mm.
spoil it, but it's very tense and very emotional. But there's a line at the end that made me crack up every single time we filmed it. And honestly, like, I don't even know if we got a clean take. Like, it got to the point where I was like, do I need to leave this set in order to finish this scene? So, I'm looking forward to seeing the final product. But I'm glad that happened because now, anytime someone says the line, did you know? Everyone starts laughing, and it's a very special memory for me.
Yeah, I could tell in that scene. I could see that everyone was having sort of trouble keeping it together. But
Yeah, well, don't know if
Now I
that's
know.
the intended effect, but I'm glad it was fun.
So I've got to ask because, we've had a chance to interview Isabella Gomez previously a few times, and she works so well as your teacher. I think that that's such a cool idea to bring her in, to have her work like that. So what do you like most about working with Isabella, this group in particular? And do you feel like you've got that bond? The class was a little smaller than I expected, but I think that breathes so well. So, have you felt that bond as a group?
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely feel like we bonded as a class. Like I can't even begin to describe how respectful and supportive we are of one another. And we're all just so excited to be there that every day was just so much fun. As for Isabella and Jorge too, like our teachers,
Mhm.
they're some of the most grounded, supportive people I know. I mean, Isabella, she's a lot like Alicia. She's definitely got that like big sister type energy. And she'd let us have lunch in her room every day and just give us a little time to relax, sing, make jokes. I really appreciated that. It's some of the most fun I've had on a set. I hope that comes through.
Yeah. So I got to ask you, in terms of this show,
Hmm.
it's about achievers, young achievers, and it feels like, to me, that's you. You're very accomplished, not only in acting, of course, but Krav Maga, and you're very active in your charity work as well too. You you're studying, I think you're studying to be a marine biologist. You have a real deep interest in marine biology. So, I've given you a few possibilities, but in what way do you feel like you're the head of the class?
Yeah, well, I don't know about head of the class per se, but you're definitely right in that like Michaela and I are very similar in that we're very dedicated to school and our passions. And I as for things I enjoy piano. Like you said, I've been studying for a while. Krav Maga helps me release some of that aggression. And yeah, charity work. I mean, my whole family feels very strongly about the homeless situation in LA in our community. And so when I can, I like to partner with LA Family Housing. I've been really busy right now with school and the show coming out, but I'm looking forward for more opportunities to volunteer there.
I think that's so incredible too, that you give back, and that, you have ways in which you contribute. So
Thanks.
that's awesome. Um, so I got to ask you, in terms of, this is sort of more, again, kind of like question about you and sort of how you fit in, and you feel like the head of the class in that way. You named your dog Mr. Darcy.
Yes, I did.
So I got to think that that is in some way, hopefully, inspired by, you know, by the book, by Elizabeth Bennet, and by Jane Austen. So, do you feel like you identify with Elizabeth Bennet? Do you feel like an Elizabeth Bennet?
Well, I mean, here's the story about naming my dog Mr. Darcy. It
Okay.
was actually my mom's idea. She loves Pride and Prejudice, both
Yeah.
the book and the movie. And so she gave me a choice, which was you can either name your dog Mr. Darcy or Rico Suave. And let's just say that I went with Mr. Darcy. Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah. I think that would have been my choice too, if given the two.
He was really pushing hard on Rico Suave, though.
I like Pride and Prejudice, both the book and the movie. So that's really cool. The different movie adaptations, but the one in particular, that's awesome. So everybody's going to be watching. I'm really excited that this show is coming out soon, and hopefully, everyone's going to be vibing with it, going to be really enjoying it, going to be watching it. And I've got to ask you, because you've been in some really cool things, some cool shows. What kind of things have you been watching?
Well, I don't have a lot of time to watch TV and movies between like school and everything else, but when I do like to relax, I'll watch an anime usually. But recently I actually watched Dune, and I mean, the cinematography was just stunning. The performances, like they're fantastic. So that movie did not disappoint. I'm looking forward to seeing part two, hopefully in theaters.
Yeah, Zendaya, one of the people that you look up to. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. So I gotta say that Watchmen, in which you appear, is one of the coolest shows I've seen. A nice segue too from Dune as well too, in the same kind of family or I guess category. But
Yes.
it just feels like a really, really contemporary, again, modern show. Lots going on, lots of kind of secrets about it. And I got to ask you in particular, tell me all about it, but in particular, could you actually see out of the glasses that you were wearing?
Oh yeah, they were fake.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need glasses. They were just it was just clear glass. So I saw perfectly fine. But you know the glasses would be unstable. They're the idea of our costume designer Megan. And the thing is, my mom, she wears glasses. She always has like two on her at any given time. She has a low bridge, so she's always pushing up her glasses. And I thought, you know, given who Bian is, that'd probably be a good mannerism for her to have. Also, the glasses kept slipping down my nose. So that's why you see me in this scene, like always pushing up my glasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, that must have been a really cool experience too, just to be a part of that show.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. I loved everything about it. I mean, the cast and crew, they were so nice to me. And I mean, it was just amazing having scenes with like Regina King, Jean Smart, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Hong Chow, Lou Gossett Jr. Like I learned a lot from watching them. So it was definitely a privilege to be on that show.
Right. Amazing. I just want to ask you one last thing. You must really enjoy from these projects you're in the fans and the fan reaction. Is that something that really inspires you to hear from people about the cool things that you're in?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because like I myself exist, not really like aware of what other people think, like on a day-to-day basis. But then you have social media where people are telling you how much the show means to them, how much they care about like my character. And it really gives me some perspective of like, wow, I'm actually, impacting other people's lives. I'm giving them something to smile about. And I think that's very special.
Yeah. And I'd say that you are, you're really making an impact on people. You've made an impact on me. It's been nice to watch the things that you've been in, but I think that you also have an incredible future ahead of you. So I just wanted to congratulate you on that and to say thank you for today. It's been really, really amazing hearing from you.
Well, I appreciate it. This has definitely been a lot of fun.